Alrighty, we are here for the final round of our Brutality run here up against Kilgaris. 14 card sideboard is interesting. Tells me that they're probably deep in experimentation territory. I know Kilgaris has been kicking around a lot of cool lists. Uh, they've already taken a mulligan before we've rolled a dice. Interesting. They're keeping 6. Gonna hold off on rolling just because I kind of, or on mulliganing just because I wanted to see. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I could see the die roll result. No worries, I'll play. So you get Forest Snakewood Hideout with Seeker Seeker Dawnglade Cultivator. Don't love this. I am actually going to mull 6 here. Definitely one of the things where I'm thinking about, like, I think you just don't want that many. Uh, oh my god. Uh, this might be a Thorngrafter on turn 1 on Vigilance line. Keep 6. I'd much rather keep this than a bad 5, because this is at least something. So move this to the bottom. Alrighty. Yeah, this is going to be a Thorngrafter on Vigilance line, I think. We're going to do Forest into the Thorngrafter. Set annotation, Vigilance. Oh, that no way makes me think this might be the mirror. Is this the mirror? Are you brutalitying Kilgaris? Oh my god, this is the mirror. Is this gonna be... Oh, that's Vigilance. Yup. I will untap and draw a Seeker of New Horizons. Let's go ahead and play that Seeker. And then play this Forest. Choices we can make here. We can try and just push the most damage we can here. So let's go to combat. Let's swing 1 and let's see what they do with blocks. No blocks. Thinking before damage. If uh if we go to combat on their turn, they can push the Thorngrafter, and I kind of put the impetus on them to decide if they're going to activate their Thorngrafter. But Dawnglade Cultivator just puts more stats on, puts more devotion on the board, which is relevant for Nylia's call. Yeah, no activation. We're just gonna go to main 2, run out the Cultivator. No land. Not the best position to be in the mirror, I think. We're gonna see Forest, no Seeker. Ever Gnawing Rat, interesting. And they are going to choose to scale their Thorngrafter now, so that way they can go to combat and scale the Ever Gnawing Rat. That makes sense. Alrighty. We will untap and draw another Thorngrafter. Okay. Let's go right along to combat and send these 2 in. I think I'm fine with either of these trading with the rat here. Yep, Seeker is going to block here. I'm actually going to... So Seeker's going to get traded off with here, and then we have a choice to make, which is are we putting the counter on Thorngrafter here? If no, that means we're going Cultivator, Thorngrafter, or we're just going Thorngrafter. I think we're going just Thorngrafter. Right. We will trade 1-drop for 1-drop. And deal 2. Second main, play out another Thorncrafter. Let's go ahead and set the annotation on this one to Death Touch. Just going to make it very frustrating for our opponent here. So I'm already thinking about sideboard plan here. No Skull Onyx Weaver, no Brutality. Oh. Actually, this is great, right? Because them playing Brutality means if we can get to Brutality as well, yeah, always taking this block. Very happy to take that block. If we can draw Brutality... Oh, we can't Brutality here because we have no third land. No. I was going to laugh so hard if that was top deck Brutality. Yeah, this is going to become a problem very quickly. All right. Another Cultivator. Combat. Swing. And... just connecting for 4. Only see life total adjusted by 3. Four total on attack. Alrighty. Do I feel great? Not particularly. Unveil the Menagerie. I see. This is more of a... This is a card I was thinking about a little bit. We see Tanshina Elite. Oof, that card. Reach Death Touch. Sure is going to be an issue. Five lands on top. Vigilance, Trample, Reach, and Death Touch here. They're going to go ahead and pass. You'll untap and draw a forest. All right. So the thing I'm thinking about here, obviously I'm playing this forest every single time. The thing I'm thinking about here is Nylea's Call on the Cultivator. So I have a 4/4 here, and then I can push 4 with the Cultivator, 3 becoming 4 on the Thorngrafter. Which just, like, applying 8 points of pressure, put them to 5 if they don't block, is like quite significant. Let's go ahead and do that. Nylea's Call on the Cultivator. And let's go to town. Start combat. Swing like these. And they're just going to go ahead and block the Thorngrafter with the Tanshina Elite. Sure thing. Which means floating mana doesn't matter. But of course, because that was them not casting a creature, that does mean that they didn't get to make a token off of Brutality. That's another Brutality? Good lord. And an Aspiring Anarchist with making 2 worms. Yeah, this is a card I maybe should have considered a little more carefully here, as far as building this deck goes. We're going to untap and draw. Skull and Nyx Weaver is very good here. Let's click the Start Combat button and turn this Cultivator sideways. They can put Anarchist and Worm. They're going to put double Worm. Yeah, that makes the most sense, right? Just going to go damage, kill a Worm. Second main, build up the Nyx Weaver here, and pass. Oh, Unveil the Menagerie as the last card is scary to see. It's gonna be no creatures off of no creature tokens off of Brutality, but yeah, Tanshina Elite, Tanshina Tracker with 5 forests. That might be curtains here. The thing that we have to sort of benefit from here is Skull and Weaver. If we can hit the untapped land, does not need to be a forest, just needs to be an untapped land. That is going to let us Yen's Slopeskidder put a counter on Cultivator. Yeah, we're just gonna take 6. Counter on the Cultivator, Skull and Weaver counter on the Cultivator, and make a 1/1 human, I think. Or possibly even like give the Cultivator Vigilance. Because like the Cultivator having Vigilance will be relevant because they're always blocking with these. This is just such a nightmare scenario, though. We're gonna untap. We're gonna draw. We do hit the forest. Reach, Death Touch, Vigilance. Vigilance, Reach, Trample. They did not draw a 1 or 2 mana card that they were looking to play off of the Tanshina Elite. Let's go ahead and play Forest. Let's go ahead and play Yen's. Skull a trigger. +1/+1 counter, keyword counter. Counter on Cultivator, set annotation to Vigilance. Counter on the Cultivator. Yeah, if I hadn't swung in that 4/4, that probably would have been better for me. Just like completely blanking on the notion of it just trading with a 3/3. Little tired, and again, this is day 7. This is a day removed from the previous matches, so have not had active thinking on Magic a lot today. I go to combat. I swing everything sideways. They killed Skull and Weaver and Yen's Slopeskidder. I take 8 damage off the board, push 3 to them. They go to 6, and I have a 3/3 up to block the Aspiring Anarchist. I'm going to go ahead and just pass the turn here. I could get in with the Dawnglade Cultivator, but I think I just want the bodies up for the time being. Third Brutality Budding Companion. Yeah. This is so ridiculous. Tanshina Elite. Tanshina Tracker. Aspiring Anarchist. Just going to be a 5/3. So that is 5 + 5 trample + 3 trample + 3. If I block here, I'm taking 6 + 5, taking 11. This is just so bad. I'm going to block here. No, I take 13. Good God. So I'm not sure I have an out here, being entirely honest. Uh, my out is Skitter Tiller to go get all my lands. Uh, Untap, draw. Nope. What I can do with Brutality here is nothing. I'm cooked. All right. Better Brutality deck wins. That was also a terrible keep on my part, and 3 Brutalities on my opponent's part. So Holton Clan Assailant, thoughts on that? That kills anarchists, that kills anarchists out of our opponent, that kills early rats, that kills early thorn grafters. Spotted Slugger, I love here. I should not be playing Labette du Harnell. That is absolutely getting trimmed from this list. It just is not up to par here. Uh, I think, as much as I was talking about like Skitter Tiller being the out there, I don't know if I'm loving being on Skitter Tiller here. I think let's trim some Dawnglade Cultivators. I was not crazy about having those kicking around. And trim a couple. Trim on the 1-drop slot a bit more. Trim the Ever-Gnawing Rats. Going down 4 1-drops and 2 2-drops for the Assailants and the Spotted Sluggers. No need for Ozon's Blessing. These aren't really like the Silver Bullets so much as they are just better creatures, I think, for the matchup. Uh, so awkward hand once more, but it's the potential for a turn 2 Brutality. Alternatively, we can Holton Clan Assailant a 1-drop or just Budding Companion. So I will keep main 1, Cultivator, Forest, and play tapped, and then we'll pass. One of the things that I'm finding here is there's just elements of this deck that I have not been particularly pleased with. I think the counters plan, because I think we're seeing Kilgaris's deck sort of come together here in a more meaningful way where they have more going on in terms of just more raw, powerful cards that don't really require synergy so much as just being good. Unveil of Menagerie is the great like key point on that. So we'll go ahead and draw here. Let's just go ahead for the Holton Clan Assailant to kill this Ever-Gnawing Rat. And swing one. And pass. And the nice thing is this blocks the 3/3s really well here. Would have loved to Brutality that turn, though. Budding Companion, yeesh, that is going to be more of a problem. I'll untap and draw another Brutality. Let's play a Budding Companion of our own with the intent to block with Budding Companion, Holton Clan Assailant if they turn sideways, because I'm fine trading companions here. I think the Yen's Skitter Tiller can come out. I think the Skull and Weaver is like questionable. Yeah, that's going to be much more difficult for us to deal with. So that is Snakewood's Hideout, push for 4. Let's just get that off the board before it becomes more of a problem. This is going to cost us the Cultivator and the Budding Companion, but that does get the Companion out of play, and that was their whole turn, so we do now have the momentum on the board. So we'll untap and draw another Budding Companion instead of a land. But we have the Bulbasaur momentum. We will turn sideways. Another hideout. There's the Brutality. Please, green source. Death Touch, unsurprising. We're going to draw a Seeker of New Horizons. Well, combat. Just turn it sideways. We trade with Thorngrafter or we trade with the Worm. We trade with the Thorngrafter. Honestly, the better case scenario for me. Main 2. How about a third one? I have not been very pleased with these last few games being really heavy mana screw, but I mean, it happens sometimes. I'm on a 20 land deck. That is, I think, one of the things that really does need to be addressed here. Is that 30 lands is just too low for a deck like this. Even with, like, potentially bringing the curve lower, I'm not sure, like, too much lower. I mean, I'm talking about potentially going up to the Unveiled Menageries, like Kilgaris is on here. Something we can probably get into more in the final thoughts. But yeah, this is rough. They hit another Thorngrafter, so they have Vigilance, Death Touch, and they have Trample here. Whew. They'll untap. We hit the third land like 3 turns too late. Because we jam a Brutality and immediately lose the Brutality to the opposing Brutality. So what we're going to do instead is play Forest, Seeker of New Horizons, Forest, counter on the Seeker, Skittertiller. Yeah, this is just so bad. We gotta pass. And they have potentially enough mana to Snake with Hideout twice. Yeah, because they've got the land. They don't even need it. Tanshina Elite. I'm just gonna... Alrighty, I'm gonna call it there. This is definitely a loss on the books for me. Unfortunately, a 3-2 league, but those happen. Still got to 5 matches, which is plenty of play with the deck to get a good feel for it. So we'll go into the final thoughts here in just a moment.